let's imagine someone who hasn't ever heard of it before.
Okay. Well, look, it's essentially it was a marketing campaign that had a strong PR element, thus my involvement in it. And at Yellow Pages, we've got two main customers, if you like, small businesses who advertise with us, and people on the street who use our products. And sort of, one drives the other, if you like. The more people that use the product, the more value our advertisers get at the end of the day. So essentially what we wanted to do, we're a very mature product. Yellow Pages has been in the market for 80 plus years as Yellow Pages. So it's been around a long time. People know it as a print directory. Some know it for a little bit more, but we would like that to be, we would like to increase that. So we're a very mature product, needing to move things along and to enter, to keep sustaining our growth. So that being the first point. The second really is that as a mass media product, or as a mass market product, if you like, a lot of what we do is in mainstream media. So we wanted to do something that was a bit different, something that would get people talking, something that would engage people, so that we would really get some cut through, not only to the small business market, but to people who use the products as well, and even people who don't use the products and might be encouraged to use the product for the first time. So what did we do? We created there was two phases to the project, essentially. We created a pizza restaurant, and that was from scratch. It was an abandoned warehouse in a basement in Fitzroy off an alleyway kind of around the side of Brunswick Street. And we completely gutted it and fitted it out with a kitchen and gave it an amazing sort of interior fit out using an amazing designer. So it gave it a real interesting element. We got a fantastic pizza chef, a well-known pizza chef in and around Melbourne, Tony Fazio, to come up with the menu, put together the kitchen essentially, and make the pizzas with his team. But the whole thing wasn't branded Yellow Pages. We didn't want anything to do with. We didn't want to be associated with it while the restaurant was going to be up and running, and we wanted it to be up and running for 2 weeks, and 2 weeks only. And I guess the proposition was that if you could find the restaurant and the details for the restaurant, call the restaurant, order a pizza, you come down, pick up the pizza for free, and enjoy the experience. So we didn't brand it Yellow Pages. It was just branded the Hidden Pizza Restaurant. So it was an anonymous sort of pop-up style restaurant, and the challenge was for people to find it in the way that you would normally find a business. We like to think that's a lot of people use Yellow Pages to do that. So essentially that was how we kicked it off. We did some letterbox drops just with an unbranded flyer, Hidden Pizza Restaurant, just open up in your area, find us the way you would any other business, and the pizzas are on us. That was what we did. We also put up a blog, a Hidden Pizza blog, and that essentially, that was about it. And then we left social media to do what social media does, and really to, if it was interesting enough, if the offer was compelling, people liked the intrigue and the mystery, we were confident that it would take off and really excite people and get people down enjoying some pizza. All along through the 2 weeks of the pizza restaurant being up and running, we had film crews down, and we had sort of hidden cameras and the like, and we were gathering all this footage, if you like, for the above-the-line sort of traditional media campaign that followed the operation of the restaurant. So it was a two-phase approach. The first 2 weeks to engage consumers, get them talking about Yellow Pages. The second phase is to take all the content that we gathered through the exciting 2 weeks of the restaurant and turn that into an advertising campaign, TV, radio, online, billboards, all the usual channels. And that's something that we traditionally do. We market ourselves to small businesses, saying that when you're considering your advertising, you should consider Yellow Pages. So it was a fantastic way to give us a bit of cut through to put out that message, rather than just the same old message, the book's closing now, you better get in it. This one was about how Yellow Pages can demonstrate ROI and can really deliver results for your business. And at the end of it, that was really the linchpin for the campaign. ROI for small businesses is such a massive driver, particularly after the GFC, and we've seen through the research that we do that business confidence really hit a low and is only now just recovering. So the number one question on the mind of every small business when they're spending their advertising dollar is, what am I going to get back for my money, and how do I measure it, and how can you show me that? So that was a big part of it.
Okay, so I know that you're very proud of the stats that came out of it. So let's reel off a few of the stats.
Go for the stats.
Yeah.
Okay. So over the life of 2 weeks, so we measured it in a few different ways, but the mechanics of the restaurant, over the life of the 2 weeks, we were churning out about 550 pizzas a night, and the restaurant was only open for about 3 or 4 hours per night over the course of 14 nights. So we did about 8,000 or more pizzas, thereabouts. And you know, a really important part of the campaign was to be able to track where the calls were coming from, obviously. So someone calls up, orders their pizza, how did you find our details? That was a really important part of it, because we wanted to be able to measure the result and turn that into the above the line campaign further down the track. And we were wrapped with the results. You know, at the end of the campaign, 8,000 calls, we had more than 6,000 callers say they found the details in Yellow Pages, and so that was about a 70% success rate, which exceeded our expectations, and you know, we were wrapped.
Okay.